Okay, so we're talking about our assignment that we're going to do. Our writing assignment is going to be to make an argument. Did Jefferson live up to his words? All men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable or inalienable rights. Now, we talked about the idea that all men are created equal. It could be that they were just born equal, and then maybe he didn't anticipate them being treated equally. But then he said they're endowed with certain alienable rights like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, does Jefferson really allow all people in that were living in America, United States of America, to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? So, when you're thinking about this question, you're going to think about the notes that you took on a chart that looked like this, and you took notes about the way that Jefferson thought about who should be in the West. You took notes on what Jefferson thought about the enslaved people that he owned and the complicated idea that, yeah, he allowed them gardens, but at the same time, he still believed in this unfortunate idea that it was okay to have slavery. He also had some really negative views about the way that who should be in the West, and if American Indians or original Americans, if they're in the West, should they really be there? And if they're in the way of the Western European Americans, what happens to them? Though he also did believe that they had the right to trade and do other things. And then also thinking about the way that Jefferson addressed the Haitians, and did he really believe that they should have the right to revolt? So we talked about those things. We recorded some answers. He thought it was okay, for example, for the Europeans to expand, and he doubled the United States. So he gave an opportunity for the European Americans and the Europeans to settle in the West. But then did he really give it for everybody? He didn't like slavery, but he wasn't really sure how to end it. He had slaves, and so he was semi-kind to his the enslaved people, but at the same time, ultimately, he still owned slaves. Also, he wanted the original Americans to be, quote, quote, civilized. They were, of course, already civilized, but he had a different idea of what civilization is and was. And he was all about encouraging them and persuading them to leave. He also was not supportive of slaves revolting for their freedom in Haiti, and they were successful in that, but he was not supportive of that. So those are the main ideas behind the notes that you took. Then you've got to decide for yourself. Your claim is, I'm going to use a different color so that you can see the difference. My claim is going to be what I think about this topic without saying the words like I think. So I might say Thomas Jefferson did live up to his words. All men were created equal. Okay. I could also change it to be did not live up to his words. I'm going to make a decision for myself. Okay. The point is that whatever claim that I choose is got to be one that I stick to. So if my claim is that Thomas Jefferson did not live up to his all men are created equal, and I'm dot dot dot, then my evidence has got to convince the audience that that is what I'm going to do.